Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Tom, I'm a makeup artist from London. Today I'm going to be using the Amethyst Obsessions Eyeshadow palette from Huda Beauty. I was asked by one of my subscribers to create a look that's flattering for brown eyes. And traditionally, if we look at colour theory, the recommendation is that you use the colour purple. Now, purple is a very bold colour to wear, so you don't necessarily have to wear purple eyeshadow to flatter brown eyes. In fact, you could use pretty much any colour you like. Brown is a really, really universal eye colour. But I thought I would give it a go because I do have this eyeshadow palette and it was asked for specifically, and this is the look I created. So if you want to see how I get this look, please keep on watching. I've got a little bit of eye primer on. I'm first going to go in with this really sort of lilac-y purple shade all over the lid. This is sort of going to act as my base shadow. A lot of these colours, although they're in a purple palette, are actually quite pinky, but I really do want the look to read purple, so I'm packing this on really close to the lash line and over just the mobile lid. It helps to sort of, although it's not matte, push it back because it's quite a strong sort of block of colour. I'm taking a Luxe Petite crease brush from Zoeva and I'm going to go in with more of that shadow, but because this is slightly finer at the tip, it's just going to give me a little bit more precision. I'm looking straight ahead into the mirror and I'm just going to take that above my crease. I need it to just be poking out when my eyes are open. You have to be really, really precise with this so that you don't go too over the top on your shape. Can lift up a little bit to see if you've left any marks, but make sure that that top line stays exactly the same. That's the real key to this look, is the precision of that line. Then going in with a Kitstar's small tapered blender, which again is a really sort of fine pointed blending brush, and just whisper along that line. We obviously want to keep the shape as I mentioned, but we don't want a harsh line on the edges. It needs to still blur out and be very, very soft. There's sort of nothing worse than, you know, a really, really harsh line on anyone's eyeshadow. Purples do take a little bit of time to work with, so don't worry if it's not happening immediately, but just keep being gentle. Don't go with crazy big round circular motions. That's going to move the product away and you're not going to end up blending the line in a way that keeps the shape that you've already decided to go for. I'm now lifting my brow. I don't know if you can notice that, sort of just to make sure that I'm really getting a smooth blend. So I'm absolutely in love with this sort of centre foily shade here, and I think I'm going to press that all over the purple. It will just give it a little bit more texture and I think a little bit more intrigue, some more dimensions. I'm just taking it on my finger like this and pressing it over the centre of the lid. Hopefully you'll be able to see. Just the sort of reflex and the glitter in this is so pretty. The shimmer just really, really adds sparkle and wow, a real wow factor to this look. Hopefully you can see how glittery and shimmery that is. Now, a lot of people, I'm sure, are thinking with hooded eyes, what's the point of putting all this effort into your lid space? However, I think sometimes when you do want to use a bright or a bold colour, you can get away with putting it on your lid. People may only see, you know, the focus of it when you're looking down, but it does pop out that little bit when you're looking straight ahead. And it's really worthwhile getting a bit of colour sometimes into your looks because it just can be so sort of show-stopping. My next step is going to be taking this aubergine eggplanty colour in the outside corner of my eye. Now this is a really, really important part for anyone with a very prominent hood. You're going to pack it into this outside corner right over the bit of the main part of the fold of the hood, the really, really heavy bit, because it helps to recess the look. This is going to make it look a lot more intense, but I think it does really help to sort of disguise the appearance of the hood. It's really just sort of this outer corner here. And remember, if you've got downturned eyes as well, keep everything on an upwards angle. It's really, really important that you angle everything up so that you don't bring the eyes further down. I'm sort of tilting my head back so I can actually see the shape where I need it and just really, really packing it on in that outside corner. You can probably see there's a little bit of patchiness here from sort of where my natural crease folds. So just make sure to fill that in. When you look straight ahead, you can see it's just given it sort of like more dimension and hidden this really sort of folded part on the hood. I'm going to take a little bit into sort of where the fold reaches my crease. Again, just upping the drama, but all on this outside corner here. It's really important to go in as well and sort of blend that edge outwards and upwards. You can kind of take this shape quite flat on the eye. I find it quite flattering. I don't know about everybody else, but it's something that I quite enjoy. It's sort of from the top to the out with my hooded eyes, it keeps quite flat, and then you sort of take the wing that little bit further. Everyone's hooded eyes are slightly different, so you will have to sort of adjust this to yourself. Keep looking straight ahead, look into the mirror, check the angles, make sure that the shape is very, very smooth and pretty, but that it just wings out that slight bit at the corners. To sort of help with the gradient on this eye, I'm going to go in with one of the pinky tones. I think probably this more sort of mauvey colour, and just whisper that along the line where I've blended along the top. Again, keeping that shape exactly the same, but I just want to sort of, I just feel like it's blending, it's not blending perfectly into the skin. It doesn't sort of have anything in between to sort of make it disappear. Yeah, that's much better. Hopefully you can just see that little kiss of sort of pinky mauve is just helping to make that more seamless into the rest of the skin. Okay, so it's cleanup time under the eye. There has been some fallout, so I'm really going to make sure that I take any of that away. It's actually fallen down quite low. Purple shadows are quite difficult to work with anyway. The quality of the shadows is still really great. I do really enjoy them. I've mentioned before how like pathetically sensitive my skin is, so under my eyes you can see it's like all quite red, and I need to actually wait for that micellar water to dry. So in the meantime, I'm just going to take this pencil. It's Diego de la Palma, number 34. It's just like a nice navy blue, and I'm just taking it in to do the tight line underneath my eye, because that's going to help give me more definition at the roots of the lashes. I prefer to do this with my eyes closed, because when I do it with my eyes open, I just completely stab myself in the eye for some reason. This is the point you're going to go in and do your under eyes. So I'm doing my sort of like correct and conceal process that I showed you in my last video. I'm mainly taking that on the inner corner here. My inner corners and sort of my under eye are very dark. I'm not sure, again, how much it comes across on camera, but in real life it's very visible. Brightening the under eyes is always a really important step of any makeup look though, really. It sort of helps to make everything look prettier, tie the look in together, make everything look a little bit more neat, and really important if you have any discoloration like I do, to get that covered on the outside corner and draw it up in the same way that you do your eyeshadow, so it helps give you that upward lift. I want to do a little bit of work on the lower lash line before I put any eyelashes on. So what do I want to do? I don't want to go too dark under the eyes, but I do want to basically just define this outer corner here, but don't take it into the center to sort of close off this inner portion. I'm going to go for, which of these pinks should I go for? This one down here, using an angled brush, and I'm just taking it on the very outer edge. Connect it to the outside corner. Now for me that's a tiny bit too pink, so I will go back in with the sort of aubergine eggplant shade that I used on the top for the real definition, just to tie it all in, but really again so close to the lashes so that it doesn't really overpower the eye. If you don't have sort of inner folds here, like I have a little fold of skin, you could actually do a sort of cat eye inner corner trick here, which balances really well with this outside corner. It doesn't really work for my eye because of that fold, so I'm just going to whack just the palest shade in here, this one, on the inner corner for some brightness. So that's my purple eyeshadow tutorial for you today. It's specifically directed at sort of brown eyes. Hopefully you can see I sort of have like browny green eyes. It does really show off the colour of my eyes. You can wear any coloured eyeshadow really. I don't tend to believe in sticking to the rules of sort of the colour combinations. Also, not a lot of people are going to want to wear sort of a bold purple eye, regardless of whether or not it, makes your brown eyes look amazing. I definitely do think that, sort of people with blue eyes can get away with the sort of orangey, warmer things, and it does make their eyes look very striking. But brown eyes look great with every eyeshadow colour. It's very, very universal. I think the green is picking up more in my eye from the purple, surprisingly, rather than the brown. But yeah, let me know if you would wear something as bold as this. It's a very, very bold statement, but it was requested, so I wanted to show you what I would do. I feel like this could be worn on a red carpet, or just for someone who's interested in a little bit more sort of punchy makeup. Remember, there really aren't many rules to makeup, but I do recommend that if you're going for something bold on the eye, keep the skin and the lip a little bit more chilled. I hope you learned something from this video. If there's anything else you'd like to see, please pop them in the comments box below. I'd love to hear from you. Please like the video, share it if you can, and subscribe to my channel. And hopefully I'll see you again next time. Bye, guys.